I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder. Hi friends, welcome back to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, and today I have a special friend, and I love her so much, and her name is Sara Sabokpey, and she owns Comfy Dental Studio right in Beverly Hills, and I'm actually one of her clients. Happy to say I am, and I just wanted to have her on and to tell her whole story and about when you got the click, because you just told me ahead of time you've done some other things in your life too.
Yes.
So I want to hear it all.
So I started off when I moved to the States.
When did you move to the States? I'd like to hear the whole thing.
So I moved to the States first when I was 9.
From where?
From Iran.
Okay, great.
And then moved back to Iran.
Oh, wow.
After 3 years, yes. Had to go through the whole middle school, college, high school, college, became an engineer.
Oh, an engineer. Wow.
With my dad, we built hospitals. We were very successful. Then we decided we wanted to move out of Iran because we were invited to, not everybody knows this, but we were invited to a wedding, and the moral police came and they got us, they jailed us, they whipped us. And my dad decided...
From a wedding?
From a wedding.
Oh, and thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how old were you? Young.
I was 18 when that happened.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We started... No, that's okay. It's past. And we started applying to leave. My dad was like, I can't have you live here anymore.
Yeah.
I don't care about the business. We just need to move.
Oh, wow.
So Canada was our stepping stone.
Okay.
So we moved to Canada. I was there for a year. And then I moved here.
To LA?
To Orange County.
Okay, Orange County first. Okay.
Yeah. And I had a job offer from a company to go do construction management, engineering.
I love that. Construction. I was like, wait, we need you.
Yeah.
Female.
And the company had gone out of business. Now
Wait, you got a job offer from a company that went out of business?
They went out of business by the time I got here.
Oh.
It took so long.
Oh, wow.
And then, so I'm at the gym, and I have another hobby, which is fashion design.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We have a lot in common.
Yep.
Yes.
So I did some fashion design. I had my own little brand that I would work on. I would have fashion shows. I had stores that I sold to. And
that's amazing. What kind of clothing line?
It was mostly outerwear. I did some other ready to wear, and then the outerwear got sold out in different places because that's where the market was in Iran. And then when I moved to Canada, I had this gap year, and I took some fashion design courses, fashion merchandising. I loved it. When I came here and the company was out of business, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going back to fashion design.
Okay.
I started taking some courses, got a call from the lawyer, and she's like, what are you doing? You have a grace period. You can't be here on a work visa without the proper work. I'm like, oh. So I put up my resume, and I got hired within a week.
Oh, okay.
To go do construction.
Okay, so
now I'm a construction engineer. I'm working at this company, and then the company was doing mostly commercial, and they now wanted to switch and go into residential. So they're laying people off. I'm like, oh, okay. So now I have to start looking for another job.
Okay.
Found another job right away. Economy was booming. This is 2004, 2005.
Oh, yeah. So, we were, someone else was just on talking about that. Yeah. That was the time everybody was just throwing money at everything. It was wild.
Great. And it was a great timing for me because otherwise I would have been, I don't know what I would have been doing. So I went and worked for another company. They sponsored me. They got my green card.
Oh.
I got my green card, and now I'm like, okay, this does not satisfy me. I'm driving... 4 hours a day in traffic. I'm getting depressed. My projects are all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
I was a very male dominant, as you know.
Yeah, very.
Industry, and that was not the main reason. There were a lot of issues. And I was just not satisfied. And I wanted to do something with my hands. I wanted to do something that has art and science in it. So I decided that we had a little family meeting, and I decided I wanted to go into healthcare.
Okay.
Started taking some courses, started shadowing people, started doing research, got into research on toothpaste, which I loved. We actually have some publications, did some articles.
Wow.
So it started from there, and then I decided, okay, I want to be a dentist now.
Okay, so that's how, oh wow.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So that's the short version of the story.
So it was like engineer, fashion designer, contractor, engineer, then studying toothpaste and dentist.
Yeah, that's how it started. And then I met my now husband, and he's a physician. So we started talking about it, and I told him, I said, I think I want to either be a dermatologist, I want something to do with aesthetics, I want to do, I either want to be a dermatologist or a dentist.
Okay.
I was like, I think you're going to be a better dentist than a dermatologist.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay. Honest answer. Like, okay.
But I love that.
Yeah.
That's so great. Oh, yeah.
So, so that's how it all started. And then we moved around a lot because he was a resident.
Oh,
I
okay.
applied for dental school. We moved. I gave it up. Applied again. I got in. Moved. Gave it up. And then the last one was LA.
Oh,
so we
okay.
moved to LA. And then I applied and got into UCLA. And yeah.
That's amazing.
So I started dental school with a 10-month-old.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So that was an experience.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the little cliff notes of my
So then what happened after when you got into dental school? Then you went through when you had your baby?
So I went through dental school, got out, and COVID hit.
Yeah.
And when I got out, I was working every single day.
Were you working at
different offices?
Yeah.
I was working at different offices every single day. Everybody had COVID. I was covering for everyone.
Oh, so that's
doing a lot of PPE, like covering myself up. I had a shield. I had this, that. I looked like I was going into space. But so did that, and then working at different places, I kind of realized the main reason I chose dentistry, honestly, besides everything that I went through, life experiences, was a lot of bad dental work that we got as a family.
Oh, that you got as a family.
And I was thinking there needs to be someone in my family that I can trust, because this is ridiculous. My mom had very bad experience. I had very bad experience with some of the top Beverly Hills doctors. And so to me, it was unbelievable that I feel like finding a good dentist is like finding a good plumber or a good mechanic.
Yeah,
it's very hard.
It's a real skill.
It's really personal. This one.
Yeah.
So because people are in your face, in your mouth, right?
Oh yeah.
So very personal space.
Very intimate.
Very intimate. So when I was working at different offices, I noticed people don't like going to the dentist. They have all these issues, and the way they're treated at the dentist, I just didn't like it. So I wanted to change the whole narrative. Mm-hmm. I had some life experiences with having a little nervous breakdown, and breath work kind of saved my life. So I was like, this is all really important. I came across a course at Harvard Medical School I was doing online on nutrition. And I was like, why doesn't anybody focus on this? Nutrition is really important for oral health. It's really a big deal. Yeah. So I took that course, and during that course, they talked about lifestyle medicine. Mm-hmm. Because it was medicine, not really for dentistry. It was for healthcare. So I decided to incorporate it into my practice. I was like, so this is what I'm going to do. It's going to be a holistic, and the true meaning of holistic. Where we focus on sleep, nutrition, we talk about exercise, we talk about social interactions, we talk about you name it, risky substances. We talk about all of these things. So it's basically a lifestyle, practice geared towards oral health. So I was lucky I found the right space and,
When did that all happen?
It took about 2 years.
Okay.
To find the right space. We found a space we didn't like. The landlords were not responsive, so we had to find another one.
Okay.
Finding
and you wanted to be in Beverly Hills?
I wanted to be in Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Because first of all, I had some friends that I ran this by, and I said, so if I had my office, because I saw somewhere it was really cute, it was in West Hollywood, and I was thinking about it, and I said, so if I had my office in West Hollywood, would you guys go? And they were like, well, we would prefer it to be in Beverly Hills because we feel much safer. Because you know about the Beverly Hills Police Department, right? They're
amazing.
It's the safest and
it's the cream
most
of
advanced.
Yeah. That's why people, being in real estate, that's why people a lot of times want to live there, just so they can have the zip just for that.
And so that was one of the reasons I chose Beverly Hills. The other one was because my practice is a luxury practice.
Yeah.
And Beverly Hills has that kind of brand. It was really on brand for me to be in Beverly Hills. So we finally found the space, the right contractor, the right design. I designed the space myself.
Yeah,
to say that.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, so I designed the space. It was really fun. I furnished it myself. Curated everything, brought in everything. We went through extensive branding.
Yeah.
So it was really fun setting
And
up.
when did you start this?
So we were open to see patients on Valentine's Day.
Oh, just
this year.
2024.
2024.
So you're an entrepreneur and a dentist.
Yes.
Yeah, and a business owner.
Yeah.
And so, it looks amazing. It's such a beautiful space. So you had the other experiences. Is that kind of one of your clicks or whatever? Kind of like being during COVID and going around to the different offices and being like, I got to do something different here?
I talk about this. People would come in, even my next door neighbor, she would see me and she's like, oh, you're a dentist? I hate the dentist. And I was like, oh my God.
That's how people like hate real estate agents too. I'm always like, oh man, I promise we're doing it a little different here.
I know. So they're like, I hate the dentist. I'm like, we have to change that because it's not good for your health to hate the dentist because you're not going to go. And it can affect the rest of your health. Yeah, your oral hygiene, correct? Exactly. Is what we talked about. Yeah, and that's one of the things I really heavily focus on is prevention. I do a lot of prevention. I do cosmetic, but I focus on prevention really heavily.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
we do meditation at the office. We do all of these.
Yeah, you have the special chairs with the headphones on and the
microacoustic bed. You lay on it. You relax before every treatment. You got robes and slippers. We do the rose water and
and the teas. That's what I love too. You have two special teas and you were like, oh no, this is what we had growing up. Yeah. From your grandmother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the two teas?
It's not a tea. It's like kind of like I would say just like some flavored water.
Oh, it is? Oh.
Yeah. It's just flavored water. It's one of them is rose water and the other one's orange blossom.
Oh, okay, that was it. Okay. Yeah. I just felt like it was like a tea experience.
Yeah, I sometimes do the pussy willow too. That one's really great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then we do that with chia seeds and.
Well, it's just so relaxing. You go in, it's beautiful. You're like, oh, nice, and then you go lay on this bed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That doesn't feel like a dentist office.
Yeah, you get relaxed. Definitely doesn't feel like a dentist office. Yeah. No, that's so great.
Yeah.
And so how have you been, I feel like you do a lot of events at your studio as well.
Yeah, most of our events are geared towards wellness. So I collaborate with some providers, a lot of breath work, sound baths. I did a big one, which was a charity event. We did a lot of wellness providers. We did IV therapy.
Oh, nice.
Shots. We did lymphatic drainage.
Oh,
we did Botox and fillers.
Yeah.
And, facials, and so you name it. It was really cool. It was really fun.
Bringing that together. Yeah. That's so amazing. And then, because one of my other friends invited you to our women's group that we do.
Yeah.
And that's how you came.
Yes.
And then I went to you as a dentist.
Yes.
And I was so grateful because I had this horrible crown put on the back, and it was the worst experience ever. I mean, besides getting a root canal in Italy when I was 20, when I was 20 years old, that was horrible. But this was the worst because it just kept hurting, and she kept saying to me, not you, the different dentist, was like, "Oh no, it'll feel better. It'll feel better." And I was just like, "No, this is not feeling better. Yeah. This is unhinged. This amount of pain." And then I would just like bite down. Then that was a problem, and so it was like obviously didn't fit. Yeah. It was like wrong, and so then it fell off finally, and I was so upset about the experience that I was just like, well, I can't go back there. And then I saw someone else and like, oh, you need another one. And I was like, I can't need another one, like, because I haven't died, and it's been a year and a half like this. So, and so then when I went to you, I just want to say, she's not like some pushy, like dentist, and you gave me another.
I gave you an alternative
that no one else gave me. And you were like, no, it's totally fine. We can just coat it and do this special kind of filler. Yeah. So it didn't look like this color. I mean, it didn't match my aesthetic having this tooth like this. Yeah. And she's like, no, we're going to make it look good. It's going to be fine. It's going to be. Yeah. And it was a third of the price of what the crown would be. Yeah. But you weren't ever trying to push me because, upsell me or something.
So I'm going to tell you this. So
tell the real story.
One part is upselling and one part is liability. So when people push you to do something, sometimes, I'm just going to be really fair to my colleagues.
Yeah,
sometimes it's liability too. So when your tooth needs a crown and there's no crown on it, there's a possibility that it could crack. So that's why what I do is I give you all the options. I tell you this is it. And then I think outside the box within the realm of possibilities, what's available. I try to give you options that would be an alternative, right? And it might not be my preference to do it that way, but I always listen to what you want to do, and then I'll do what you want because it's your mouth.
It's my mouth,
and I go through it, and I'm like, okay, this would be the standard recommendation, right? Yeah. But then we always think outside the box.
Yeah, because I was like, the standard recommendation sucked, and it was horrible, and it hurt. Yeah.
And your tooth was a little small, so there had to be a different kind of crown, and then there were issues. It would have been a more extensive treatment, and just to do it very minimally invasive, there was an alternative, and we did it.
Yeah, and we did it, and it was great. And if something else changes and I need to get something later, of course. Yeah. But let's just try something else. And it wasn't a price thing. Yeah. It wasn't but I didn't want to feel like I was being upsold, and then like you gave me an option, and that had never really happened. So I really appreciated that. Of course. And it's been great. There's been no problems.
Great. Good to hear.
It doesn't hurt. It's all good. And then like just the cleaning, because you have different things that you can do. You can be on different option, like a membership too.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I just wanted you to tell everybody about that.
So we're now offering memberships. The memberships, we do like a tiered membership where you can do your cleaning. So that's basically your basic insurance. When people pay the insurance companies, they'll pay us instead, and then essentially the same thing, because you get all your exams, x-rays, cleanings for free. Then it's included. And then if you go to tier up and you do a night guard, then you get and then there's a percentage off based on your tiers. Okay. So we do all of those things. And we try to make it accessible. We have payment plans. We work with these companies that do $0 or 0% financing.
Oh, okay.
So we do a lot of stuff like that to make it accessible and for people to be able, because a lot of people like the idea. And I was talking to someone else about it, and sometimes people don't know what they're really missing until they actually do it. So the kind of cleaning that we do is great for people who have sensitive teeth, but even if you don't have sensitive teeth, it's such a different experience.
Yeah, didn't you do something on me that it's like an AI?
So that's our x-rays.
Yeah.
So our x-rays, we are equipped with AI. So before I can even walk in the room and tell you what's happening, the computer's telling you, but it usually overdiagnoses. So we go back and we look at it, and then we make sure that it's not like doing too much. But the good thing about it is you're never going to miss anything.
Oh yeah, because
And then nobody can tell you there's more.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it almost, because I don't know what your thoughts are on that Prenova, where it does the body scan. Do you know that? Where they're like...
Is it an MRI or is
it's almost like an MRI.
CT?
But it's like... It's really accessible for people. But the biggest complaint about that, I haven't done it yet, was that it will overdiagnose sometimes and make you worried about things.
So I'm going to tell you a little story about that. My husband's a physician. And
what kind of doctor?
He's a nuclear medicine specialist. And what that means...
What is that? Oh, okay. Just chill.
Yeah. It's a subspecialty of radiology. So he's very versed in CTs and MRIs. And he knows how to read them and what they mean. So I've asked him about things like that.
I love that.
And apparently, he's at UCLA. Apparently, there was a doctor, I don't know if he was at UCLA or outside of UCLA, but he was always referring to UCLA. All of the celebrities and A-listers were doing like preventative scans.
These scans,
He would send them for it, right?
Yeah.
It was his standard of care. That's how he practiced.
Yes.
Everybody loved it. And ever since he retired, they're not seeing those people anymore. My husband really believes in it, honestly. He thinks that it's a great idea because he sees too many things that are diagnosed too late.
That are missed. Yeah.
And they're diagnosed just too late. And his thoughts on radiation is that it's all dosing. So when you fly, you're getting radiation. Just getting that is not going to do much. Yeah. So it's not going to do much to your health. It's actually going to be good for you. In terms of finding incidentals, they call it incidentals.
Oh, that's what it's called. Okay.
And in terms of finding that, it's not always a bad thing to find incidentals. It depends on I would take it with a grain of salt because it depends on the person too. So if you know you're a person that's going to lose sleep over it, then I would probably not do it every year.
Yeah.
Just do it from a certain age. Right, where you think that, okay, maybe I need to get checked and scanned now. But if you're just not that type of person and you're okay with it, you just need to know more about your body, I would do it.
Yeah, just to see.
Yeah, I think it's great because nowadays, like I said, there's so many things that you don't know that you don't know.
Yeah. And some people don't want to know, but then I actually was...
it surfaces.
Yeah, I actually, when I was at Necker Island with Richard Branson, it was such a life-changing week, but he even we were having like a health talk, and he didn't tell us exactly what, but he just said, always get checked.
Yeah.
Ahead of time, because there's so many things that can be preventative. Yeah, he had a close family, someone in his family that like... he said he'd wished that they had just checked it, so it's like, well, maybe if it's so accessible, I keep seeing it all the time, but also I feel like when I was with you and it was the AI, it was so much easier for me to get the x-rays because I have such a...
So the AI is a computer program. It's a computer program. It doesn't have it. It's just the new sensors that we use. Yeah. We use different sensors. We use a different device.
Wasn't the device easier?
Oh, no. So I think, did we scan you?
Is that what it was? That was easier.
Oh, okay. It might have been the scanner. So we have a scanner, and we don't take impressions anymore. We don't do the gooey stuff anymore.
Okay, because that was because it used... Oh, my gosh. Yeah. It would be... Sorry, I'm getting... telling all about my life story, but like I would just have such a hard time getting x-rays ever because I'd be it was so dramatic and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing because I can barely swallow pills. I can't have a gag reflex. It was like, this was so much easier.
I mean, dentistry's advanced so much now.
Yes,
there's so many things available. It's just, and then we're required to do about 50 credits every 2 years. So we have to constantly learn about these things.
Oh, that's great.
That's new. I mean, not everybody feels that way because you're always like having to go to all these courses. But because it's advancing at such a fast pace, I think it should be a requirement. It is great that it's a requirement.
It's great that it's, and so going to a dentist's office where they value AI and new technology was for me like, oh wow, okay. We're staying up to date here. It is 2024.
And it's great because I got to do it because it was a startup practice. I didn't acquire anybody's practice. I did it all on my own. So everything I brought in was brand new, top of the line, the newest technology.
Yeah, of course.
Right? For everybody else, when they're doing it, the hard part is kind of switching to that new technology because it's a huge investment too.
Oh, yeah.
And when people do these things, they think about ROIs. So if I invest in this thing, I was just talking to a dentist today, and she was like, if I invest in this thing and do this, is it going to change anything in my patient revenue? It's going to change a lot in the experience, but it's not going to change much in the revenue, right? So that's the hard part. That a lot of people don't switch.
But you have to keep investing in your business. I mean, people are like, oh, you're selling a lot. I'm like, yeah, everything goes back into the business. I'm not like, oh, good, we had a good year. Everybody, we're going to let everybody go and not have people, like, we have to keep always investing.
Keep growing and like making it better so that
making
you're
it better,
actually relevant, right?
Always, So, and staying innovative. That's my big thing.
It's huge. Yeah.
No, exactly. Oh, yeah. So, okay, you have your practice. Do you have other dentists or just you?
It's just me doing the cosmetic and the preventative, but I have other dentists that come in for specialty work.
Oh, okay.
So I have my surgeon come in and do anything surgical, implants, and things like that.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's a better experience for the patient, and I want them to have the best experience.
Okay.
And I feel like the best experience is with a specialist who's actually spent those few extra years doing that and specifically doing that.
Okay.
Right? As a general dentist, I can do all of it, but I prefer not to.
Okay, so you have them come in for that, and then and you have hygienists that are.
Yes. Right now, I'm doing all the hygienes because I prefer to see everybody myself.
Oh, okay.
I get to check and I find everything and. It's great screening.
Yeah.
When I do my own hygiene, but then for recalls, Yeah. So for new patients, I do it myself.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. And then what are you hoping, you have how many babies then?
I have two.
Two. Okay. And their age?
So I have an almost 9-year-old and a 14-month-old.
Oh my God. Wow. You waited a minute.
I know.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
It was a journey. The second one we tried for a long time.
Oh. Yeah.
It did not happen. I had an ectopic pregnancy, which was terrible.
Terrible. I've heard the worst.
And all of those.
So sorry.
I had a lot of miscarriages, and we finally gave up. I'm like, it's okay. I'm happy. We have one baby. We love her. She's great. And then I signed my lease, and then this one happened. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I started the office and I started being at the practice when she was actually around 6 months old.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So
That's amazing.
It's been an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is similar. Yeah. I had my first sale, I gave birth to my son in the hospital. Oh my goodness. And I'm like running to, because it's just like, but you can't, I can't like let my client down. Yeah. I'm like, let's get the baby, let's get the 2-year-old, we're fine.
Yeah. I get it.
Just make it work.
I get it. I was in the hospital after giving birth. It was a C-section. After the C-section, I'm getting calls from the realtor.
Oh, yeah. to do
everybody, okay, so how do you want us to do this and that? I'm like sitting there. I'm like, ow. Yeah, and then do this. Ow. And then, so it's like, you got to do it.
We just make it, make it work. Happen. Oh, my God.
Work, right?
It's literally like, okay, well, here we go. That's amazing. Yeah. I'm so excited for you. And is that your hope to grow more or keep the one? Like what's kind of your future?
The idea is to kind of grow this to where I can be a little bit more hands-off and have people that I trust there, and then kind of branch out to maybe Pacific Palisades, go down to Newport Beach.
All great areas.
Yes.
My favorite areas.
We'll go to like the East Coast.
Oh, wow.
So my goal is not too many, maximum 5 practices.
Okay.
Where we can keep the quality and like the standards.
Of course.
And then at the same time be in the right places where people need it and want it.
Yeah. Oh my, well, that's exciting.
Yes.
Is that like a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan?
I would say it's more like between a 5-year to a 10-year plan. To complete it, probably more like a 10-year plan.
Yeah, but still, that's like, it can go so fast.
I know.
I mean, oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah.
Almost a year is passing, so it's like ridiculous.
Yeah, how it just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're so great at getting out there and connecting with women and seeing people. And yeah.
I try to kind of be active in the community, and I also do charities. I give back to charities. We do philanthropic projects, and when you were there, I hadn't started working with the Power of Words, had I? No, so I now work with the Power of Words. I donated to their charity, brought their bands on. It's around mental health wellness.
Oh, wow.
So
important right now. Oh, my God.
People get to wear and it's part of the philosophy of the practice. So people wear that around their hands. My patients, I give them, I let them choose. And it's like about resilience, strength, magic. What is your magic? What do you want to put out in the world? What do you want from the world? So you put it on, it creates community. We get to talk, and then it gets attention, and people talk to you about it. So it's kind of like helping people talk about their emotions and not kind of bottle everything in.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
How we were raised.
Exactly.
Just keep that in.
Yeah.
we were joking. The last one was like, oh, just sweep that under there. I'm from the South. It was like,
under the rug.
We're just not going to talk about those things.
Yeah, so there are no more rugs.
Rugs are gone. We're just going to chat about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's amazing.
Yeah. And so I try to go to all of those events. And
that's
like
great.
that.
Yeah, and giving back. Well, I love your vision.
Thank you.
I love what you're doing. I'm grateful for you. I'll be coming back soon to do our, I guess, 3 times a year, 2 to 3 times a year.
It's minimum twice a year.
Yeah.
But some people do 4, 3. It depends.
Yeah, 3.
Some people have to do 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have, or if someone has periodontal issues, they come back.
What's
4.
that?
So if they have gums or bone issues,
issues,
recessions, a lot of infection and things like that.
Oh, got it. That's when they check.
Yeah,
They're like 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, oh gosh, how can they write that fast?
Yeah.
I see the computer going.
I know.
It's impressive. I'm always like, wow.
I can do that now too.
Yeah, I'm always like, oh my gosh, did they get that?
Yeah.
Like, if you miss one number, you're like,
they're very standard numbers though, and people get used to it. It's like
I know, but still, I'm like, oh, that was amazing. I don't know, it's impressive, but I mean, obviously, I pay attention. I know what's going on in there.
Yes, you do.
Yes, except for I thought it was tea instead of the waters. It felt like it was like an experience. I don't know. I kept going back for more.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. Well, I'm so happy you came. I'm so happy we met.
Thank you.
And that,
me too. I mean,
yes,
it's been amazing.
I know all these great ladies that are all come together.
Yeah.
It's an amazing community. And so, where can everybody find you?
So website is comfydentalstudios.com. COM like mom, FY studios.com.
Yeah.
And then you can take it from there.
Yeah.
You can just Google
and on the Instagram.
It's again comfydental_studios.
Yes. Yeah. That's what we.
Yeah. Instagram.
See you there. Yep. Yeah. That's what we're always just checking on each other. Yeah. I know I'm like such an Instagram cheerleader. I love it when people.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, we're doing well and seeing what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
So it's good. Well, I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Yay. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Bye. I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder.